Alright, I'll get some more truck. You know, there's a bunch of dirt piles they put here, man. It's like, hey, we're trying to build a bridge over this learning curve, you know. Remember I showed you about the ducks the other day? You know, so some of them truckers, man, I told you the truckers, man, they're pretty smart people. So the dump trucks, man, they've been dumping all this dirt over here. It says, man, you know, they got dirt for education. Can you teach them with dirt? I was like, yeah, I could teach them with dirt. And they're like, what do you mean? Well, you said you could teach them with anything on the planet. I'm like, you want me to teach these kids with piles of dirt? I says, okay, we'll teach them with ducks. You know, for duck, duck, goose. Took them on a wild goose chase, you know. Remember when we went up north, you know, I kind of lived in Goose Creek when I was a kid around the, you know, space camp in South Carolina, the Naval Weapons Station. It's like, you know, Naval Weapons Station, you know, like the nuclear physicists and stuff, you know. We know about all that atomic energy, you know, nuclear power stations, nuclear submarines, nuclear, you know, hydrogen fuels and hybrid cars. You know, we got all that cool stuff, you know, that we could be giving everybody. It was like, man, if they could just get over the learning curve. I'm like, man, didn't you see the birds and the ducks the other day? Come on, scroll down to the YouTube channel, okay? You know, the birds and the ducks, they could get over the learning curve. And what about people? It's like, well, if we get a dirt bridge, you know, a dirt bridge, well, you know, most of these people got a box of rocks for brains. So we said, well, if we give them some dirt and teach them with some dirt, maybe they'll figure that out. We said, okay, we're working with the dirt. We got all these dirt mounds out here. They're just molehills, you know. You ever see the mole Groundhog Day, you know, come out of the dirt and he says, okay, I think it's going to be sunny today. You know, well, when they dropped all the atomic bombs, you know, they had some shelters, you know, and the dirt fell on top, you know. And they say a little sci-fi movie about it. And you go, no, that stuff really happened, man. Some people got buried alive. And, you know, and then, you know, while the nuclear fallout and stuff was there, you know, and they're starting to grow trees and grass again, they're like, hey, you get that groundhog out there? You see the 12 Monkeys movie, man? It's the 12 apostles, man. It's like 12 guys that sit out there and it says, man, I hope the radiation doesn't kill them. Maybe they can go see if it's safe to go outside. They used to take, you know, educational lotteries, man. You know, they're underground, nukes fall, you know, there's nuclear fallout, you know, nuclear ash and stuff everywhere, man. I'm like, hey, is it safe to go out there yet? He says, oh, somebody draw the shortest straw, okay? We're going to pick 12 guys, and we're going to get left with 11, because the one guy had draw the shortest straw. You know, we made a Metallica song about that, and we put it in the albums. You don't know who really wrote it. We just, you know, we got some tribute bands doing it, you know, and say, hey, it's your money time, you do it, okay? And then they pass it down, and then thousands of years from then, they say, you do it, you know, okay? And that's kind of how it went, you know, the history stuff. So we go, you know, you draw the shortest straw, we're left on 11. It's a 1-to-1 with God. Let's see if it worked today. So the little groundhog dude, he come out of the ground, he go out there. It's like, take off the spacesuit slowly, okay? And someone was like, man, I can't take it no more. And they just took off the suit. And it's like, oh, man, radiation poison, all kind of bad problems. Men are throwing up, getting sick and stuff, you know? So anyways, so he says, man, don't turn the molehill into a mountain, man. Take your time. Well, we took it a time, and now we got stuff we could do. So it's like, you know, come on, man. You know, we got all these little dirt hills. So let's teach them with the dirt. Okay. You see the dirt hills? It could be somebody's house underneath there, you know? And, you know, drop a bomb, boom. Now you're buried underground. Now, a bunch of them scientists, you know, they got buried underground. So all they had was a radio communications, like, you know, underground stuff. So they sent it over to the other scientists in the underground mountains and stuff, you know, and say, hey, you're going to have to take and do this research. We're going to send you everything we got, because we're buried underground, and, you know, nuclear stuff out there. Nobody can come save us. So we're going to do what we can do. You know, we're going to keep going. And then when we get done, we send all your research over to you guys, and you do what you can do, because that's sacrifice, man. Those people, man, I hope those people didn't die in vain. You know, they were buried underground and stuff, you know, and then they sent the information over to the other scientists. And it's like, yeah, did you guys ever see that game, you know, when they made a movie about it with the Umbrella Corporation? It's like, you know, everybody was like corporations with businesses and corporations and teamwork and plans and stuff. And it's like, hey, man, you know, by the time the radiation clear and stuff, we ain't going to be able to get out of here, man. But we're going to do everything we can do, and we're going to send you our research, and you just carry it on, you know. And they say, carry on, wayward son, you know. Carry on the way, man. We're going to be in a ward, you know, that we can't get out of, so we're going to send you information, and there you go. So anyway, so we got these dirt hills, man. And what it is, you know, we got these cars, could be running on like H2O stuff, you know, Halloween H2O, you know. Halloween H2O, they're trying to give you clues, man. It's like, you know, it could be a trick or a treat. You know what a trick is? A lack of education, man. If you got the stuff running on hydrogen and they don't keep up their car maintenance, like, look at this car, man. You know, this car right here, it's like sign language, man. They put this here on purpose. They got a rear view mirror. It's falling off. They can't even see behind them, you know? So if you can't see behind the past, you know, where nuclear bombs kind of blew up the planet and screwed everything up and left dirt mounds everywhere instead of grass and trees, you know, how are you going to have a car that runs on hydrogen, you know, and they don't keep up the car maintenance? Boom, hydrogen bomb, driving down the road. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean, man. We got all this stuff we could be doing, but, you know, we got to have good psychological restorations and psychological education. And then, you know, the physics and the science and, you know, the chemistry and stuff like that. You know, you got bad chemistry in the mind. How are you going to get good chemistry on the road, you know? And we don't want to run out of, like, you know, the fuels and stuff, you know, that like fossil fuels. You know what fossil fuels are? You know, when a person dies, the stuff, they all rots off, you know, and are left with the fossils, man, like the bones of society, you know. So if you strip the planet of all the fossil fuels and you're left with nothing, well, then you got a bunch of dirt for dirt education, and then you got like dirt for brains. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so there you go. A simple education, okay?